Want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS. And salutations to you brothers who's pushing this truth to the four corners, highways and byways. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakudash. Brakatam. Alright, want to do a quick video, concerning pride. I'm thinking, going to name this video, don't forget to look out. Basically, don't forget to look out for the visitation of pride, or basically, don't forget to look out about on pride. All right, to something to that effect. All right. Reason being is because oftentimes in this truth we do forget, that we are men of hope. We are men that are dependent on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We are men that rehearsing the righteous act. You see? So just want to go right ahead into some precept, and then I'm gonna just read up some precept on pride. Right? This is Galatians 3 and verse 6. Salaki 6 and verse 3. It says, "For if a man thinketh himself to be something, when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself." Because the scripture says that our knowledge is puffed up. Alright? So you may find that oftentimes in this truth, especially, this is specifically speaking to a matter of fact, all the brothers. But mostly I wanna speak on the elder brothers. Alright? Elder brothers in camps around the world. Especially some younger brothers as well. But the reason why I mention elder brothers is because you being over the Lord's flock, basically being looked over to help, basically help to steer, like the scripture says in Hebrew, obey them that have the rule over thee, right? That they may do it in, roughly paraphrasing, that they may do it in meekness and not with grief. All right, because therefore they watch over your souls. Basically, these men, they watch over the souls, they guide the souls of younger brothers or younger men. Like I said, the first principle, the principal thing of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right, is that a man should guide you. All right, this is one of the principles. All right, so the reason why I mentioned pride is because you might be on that level whereby you're the one that looking over the flock, right, looking out for a man's iniquity, but yet still forgetting that you yourself is what to say, better term in Romans 7 when it says, "Wretched man, oh wretched man that I am." So we are wretched man being in this body still. We're still subjected to making mistakes. We're still subjected to making errors. All right, because remember the second covenant, the promise is that when we go into the kingdom, all right, no man should say no Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, that's in the new covenant that we are in the beginning, of entering, right? Starting with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai's sacrifice. Right, the sacrifice of Yahushai, the body. All right. Let's get another precept. Let's put in pride here. All right. This is basically a list of pride here. Okay. Get some specific ones, especially. You get this one for us. It's Proverbs 8 and verse 3. It says, "The fear of the Lord is to hate evil." It says, "Pride and arrogancy and the evil way and the froward mouth do I hate." All right. So these are the things that are hated of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. You know, pride also, it causes you to overlook on certain thing, which may cause you to be arrogant, and also can lead to an evil way. Like for instance, you could be misjudging, you know, or misguiding. You understand? It says, and the forward mouth do I hate. So because of forward mouth, you know, you puffed up, basically attack up. You understand? Or basically, in everything, instead of humbling your tongue, you're looking to make a so-called excuse, or you see, just to don't look, out of, like for instance, you got away when the scripture cut you, and to not be seen of your shame or of your pride. Brothers like to interject on how they could bring a precept to not seem like they're guilty of these things. All right, we need to watch out for that, because I myself at times, I know about you basically, I would do I used, well, yeah, I want to say used to do them things, because I'm working on fixing those issues that I'm having in this truth. All right, this is just me venting. All right, get the next precept. This Proverbs 16 and 18. It says, pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall. You understand? Going back to the Galatians 6 and 3 that I read earlier. Thinking that you're something, puffed up. All right? The scripture says in Psalm, except a man build a house, except Yahweh build a house, Salakio, they labor in vain that build it. Except Yahweh keep a city, the watchman watch it, but you watch it in vain. All right, so we need Yahweh Bashim in our journey. All right, that's why we have to look out for this pride, because pride is one thing, knowing that you're God, thinking that, hey, who could separate us from the love? There's nothing that, you understand. Remember the scripture that I also mentioned, the wisdom of wickedness is the knowledge of wickedness is no wisdom, or something to that effect. Selakio. Just roughly paraphrasing. It's Proverbs 29 and verse 23. It says, a man's pride shall bring him low, but honor shall uphold the humble in spirit. All right? So basically, honor gonna uphold the humble in spirit. Need to be humble. You understand? We need to be humble. You see? And humble is a big word, because you find men, they struggle on remembering how to be humble, because what pride is basically in the way. It's always good, they want to justify, You see? Yeah, the scripture said, be ye harmful as dove, but wise as serpent. Hey, scriptures also said, a false balance is abomination to Yahweh Bashim Yoshai. Try exercising to be more humble most of the time than executing the serpent mind. Alright. Get another one on pride, and I'll go to specific precept here. Okay. It's like here. Salakia. Can. This is Sirach 22 and verse. Going from 22 and 20, right? It says, whoso casteth a stone at the birds, freeth them away. And he that upbraideth his friend, breaketh friendship. Alright? He that upbraideth his friend, breaketh friendship. Because what? Hey, then again, there's the pride would come between that. You know? Scripture says in Amos as well, can two walk lest they agree, except they agree? Alright? Verse 21. Though thou drawest a sword at thy friend, yet despair not, for they may be a returning to favor. Right? The scripture says also, you know, want you that draw back your sword. You see, you don't have a true friend, or you're not a true friend, or you're not a true brethren if you don't, you know, correct your brother on certain things, and it will bring offense. You see, it will bring offense. The scripture says, "Iron sharpen iron." You understand? You're supposed to watch your brother going off or trying to get away with certain things. You know, these things need to be looked at. Alright, because you could be watching him going with the same pace he's going with in his pride and not see anything, and it could cause him. Right? Remember, we are watchmen. Even the unseen things we look at, emotional intelligence we do have, and we correct men on these things. Even in correcting them, at times they would, you know, deny it and say, hey, it's not like this, like this. They would, you know, basically what would cause the pride, cause them to make such an excuse. Alright? That way you point out in the spirit, or what the spirit show you, they try to deny it to show you off track from what's actually going on with them. You see? This verse 22. It says, if thou openest thy mouth against thy friend, fear not, for there may be a reconciliation, except for upbraiding, or pride, or disclosing, or secret, or a treacherous wound. For these things every friend will depart. You see? For these things, friends can depart. Right? So at the end of the day, you know, the scripture says, you know, be servants to men. You understand? Just for the love of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, you stay real and 100% to your brethren. Alright? See again, another one here. So that could be before closing off. Yeah, this is Sirach 19, reading verse 24. I'm gonna read from 24. Yeah, it says, he that had small understanding and feareth Yahweh power, is better than one that hath much wisdom and transgresses the law of the Most High. It's 25. There is an exquisite subtlety, right? Remember I was talking about the snake, the serpent mind, and lead to pride because, being just, you're trying to justify yourself in everything, It says there is an exquisite subtlety, and the same is unjust. And there is one that turneth aside to make judgment appear, and there is a wise man that justifieth in judgment. All right? It says there is a wicked man that hangeth down his head sadly, but inwardly is full of deceit. Yeah, so that precept is just basically straightforward. All right? Just go with the guidance of Yahweh Hashem Shai, and take that the truth now, because we are watchmen. We don't only see physical things that are unseen, emotional, and intelligent, subtlety. We have wisdom and knowledge and all these things. All right? Now, this video goes out, in the love of Yahweh Hashem Shai. All right, as exhortation. There's a lot of men that may be looking at this video and feel some type of way, like it mentioned, for pride and these other things, arrogance, friends may depart. But hey, if you're a man of Yahweh Hashem Shai, you would remember that is Romans 8 and verse 35. It says, who shall separate us from the love of a Mashiach Yahushai? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness, right? Or peril or sword, right? So, and it goes down. But basically, remember the love of Yahweh Hashem Yeshua. You remember that we're in this thing for hope. All right? Get another precept. Boop, boop, boop. Just want to get this precept in, close out, because this is Sirach 14 and verse 2. It says, blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, and who is not fallen from the hope in the Lord. All right, Yahweh Hashem Yeshai. Hey, with that, I want to give our praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of GMS, and salutations to you brothers who's pushing this truth, the four corners, highways, and byways. Our praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All right, brothers, stay strong and stay humble. All right, like not one to another, in thought, word, and deed. All right. Hey, remember Yahweh Hashem Yeshai is for the elect. The love of brethren. Hey, Shalom.